Thank you, Ms. Christy May and her high school band. And now we move on, and we're very thankful and grateful tonight to have American Legion Post 112 do the presentation of colors as our band plays. And at this time, our Madison High School band will play our national anthem. Thank you, American Legion Post 112, and thank you, high school band. And thank God for such a beautiful day today for this ribbon cutting ceremony. At this point in time, I'd like to introduce to you our president of the Madison Local School District Board of Education, Mr. Rex Ryder.
Thank you, Roger. Welcome. It's a beautiful day in Madison. When you agree today? Yes, let's hear it. Yes. Today is a prime example of why the United States is the greatest country in the world. When a small American town like Madison can vote and provide for its children for decades to come. And you are to be applauded for that vote. We thank you. Our superintendent, our assistant superintendent, Roger and Angela, we've gone through these buildings for 2 years. We watching it grow from the ground up. And I tell you, the last few weeks we've been using words like neat, beautiful, wow, remarkable. In just a few minutes, you'll be saying the same thing. These buildings should be very exciting, and they'll only enhance our already excellent with distinction school system, and we're very proud of that. Thank you. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our board members, starting with two of our former board members, two icons in the community, Steve Baldwin and Dave Albert. If they'd step up here. Come on up, guys. When I was just joining the board many years ago, these guys had already planted the seed in 2006 for these buildings to happen. Dave is an icon in our community, as you know, coach, and also been president of our board. Steve was our first facilities chairman back in 2006. And I always remember that day in May at a meeting, he says, Rex, it's 2008, you're going to be facilities chairman. Well, 5 years later, Steve, here it is. So thank you. Dave Albert, Steve Baldwin, ladies and gentlemen. And now our president board, starting with our newest member, Ms. Kelly Tromba. Just finishing up her first term, Michelle Hayes. Ms. Michelle Hayes. Our most tenured member, 25 years of board experience, Jay Fabian. Our vice president, and I have to say a big driving force back in 2010 when we had to get this bond issue passed, Ms. Jacqueline Asbell. And thank you for coming, and before I leave, I have to introduce one more person. 4 years ago, I met Roger, and he was our new superintendent. Little did I know how long we'd be together working on this project. Been all over the state of Ohio, Indiana, checking on schools. We both are very passionate about this project with many others. Roger, as you know, I have to say, is very passionate about Madison. I'm also proud to say he is my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, our superintendent, your superintendent, Dr. Roger Gowdy.
Thank you, Mr. Reiger. First of all, it's a pleasure to be your superintendent. I want to say that from the get-go. And I'm going on my 5th year now, and I can't tell you, in the 40-year experience that I've had around 4 different school districts, without a doubt, this has been my favorite, most enjoyable experience I've had in the field of education. And it's that way because of the people, because of the community, because of who you are. And you all have a reason to be proud today, and I'm a resident of Madison, so I'm proud as a resident, and I'm very proud to be your superintendent. Let me start with that. Welcome to a new era in the Madison school history here. Since 1969 was the last time we built any new buildings in this community, a full new building, 1969. But 1,205 days ago, on May 4th, 2010, the community voted on an issue, our future, your decision. The community voted yes, and this is what you get. They support your kids, they support this school district. It's because of that community voting yes, we stand up here today. You said you wanted the buildings to be open on time. Schools start on Tuesday, whether you like it or not. And all of our buildings are ready. We will start school on time in all 4 of our buildings. We're ready, the students will be ready, because we have good kids, we have good teachers, we have a good team. You said you wanted us to be on budget. I can attest to you today that we're not only on budget, we're under budget. So we are, as Mr. Fabian would say, on time and under budget. So we are under budget, and by being under budget, it enabled us to renovate the Northern Elementary, which we're going to next, and have all new furnishings. Because of wise investments, hitting the markets at the right time with Q Scoobies and Build America bonds, getting $9 million of zero interest bonds. We will be able to pay the bond issue off earlier than we expected. 691 days ago, on a hay wagon at the new middle school, we broke ground on September 1st, 2011. I'd like to say the last 691 days have all been enjoyable, but they haven't. We've had to fight all the way through this thing to make sure that you got the best buildings possible for the value and the money that you put into these buildings. We had a bunch of people, and all of these people up here in blue shirts were on it from day one. So I'm telling you, 691 days, you've had people paying attention to how your tax dollars and bond issue money has been spent. And keep in mind, these buildings that you're about to see, 49% of the money spent on these buildings was spent by Ohio, the Ohio Schools Facility Commission, which is our partner in this project. 51% were local funds. You also told us you wanted us to use local workers. I can truly stand before you today, probably point out a bunch of people in the crowd that physically worked on these buildings, that were either residents of Madison Township, residents of Madison Village, or graduates of the Madison local schools. So I can tell you by going through the building, everything from masons to electricians to concrete workers to air conditioners to everything, Madison folks were heavily engaged and involved in this project. You said you wanted safe and secure schools. All 4 of our buildings, north, south, middle, and high school, all now have security entrances. All have video surveillance. All have electronic monitoring system, or will have. There's some still to be done. All have state-of-the-art fire system. All have design features to enhance visibility. All have segregated bus and car drop-off, so parents can drop off in one location and buses will drop off in another. And all have remote monitoring systems to connect to our local police departments. So you wanted it, we got it for you. You said you wanted buildings that can be used by the community. My proof of that is going to be in the first month of school. I want to be able to come in these buildings at night and on weekends and see our kids using the gyms, using the cyber cafes, using the stage, using the different areas, wrestling rooms that we have. These are community schools. These are your schools. You said you wanted your kids to have a 21st century education. Last year, our district was rated on the state report card. The last time they used these ratings, we were rated excellent with distinction, the highest rating. On the new report card, on the achievement area test, the ratings go from A to F. This year in achievement test, our rating is an A. So we stayed up there. We now have state-of-the-art learning centers with wireless technology, cyber learning centers, and enhanced communication systems. We've always known we've had great teachers and a great support staff. Let me tell you something. You go in there today, 99% of all these classrooms are already decorated. All the boxes are unpacked. We moved thousands of boxes. They're ready for educating kids. Teachers came in on their own time to do that. That says a lot about your teaching staff. Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to introduce somebody, because he's here, and I'm so proud of the fact that we have our state senator here. We have our state senator, Senator Eklund, if you want to say a couple words.
Thank you all so very much for being here and for everything that you do every day. The fact that you're all here reflects what has been said already, and I won't belabor. But this is a community that stands together and pursues your interests for each other, not for somebody else, not in somebody else's direction, not because somebody else tells you so, because you're proud to be from Madison and you're proud of what you do as a community. I want to take 1 second to talk to the youngsters. the youngsters who are going to be walking into this school and getting that 21st century education here and having the benefit of all of this. When I was in 3rd grade, many years ago, my brothers and sisters and I walked into a new school like this. And it was a feeling that I'll never forget. And what I realized, and what I hope all of you youngsters will realize, is how important it is for a community, your parents, your grandparents, and your aunts and your uncles, to watch out for you. And that someday, you're going to be asked to watch out for your children and your grandchildren. And remember that your parents stood up for you in 2010, 2013, and I know you're going to stand up for your children and your grandchildren when the time comes. And if you can take great memories away from the school, and remember that always, take care of your children, and take care of your grandchildren, your nieces, and your nephews, then all of this will have been worthwhile. And I know you're going to have a great time in the new school. Thank you so very much again for having me.
Thank you, Senator Eckland. And also at this time, we had Congressman Joyce who was unable to attend, but there is a proclamation that I have somewhere around here. At this time, would Mr. Nichols please come forward? I'd like to present this from Congressman of the 14th District of Ohio, from Mr. David Joyce, to the South Elementary. Okay, we're almost in the buildings, and I was the one on here. I'm running off, talking too much. And I want tonight, by the way, tonight is designed. It's your night. Tonight is to get you in the buildings to see, feel, and touch us. Tonight wasn't for dignitaries. We're going to have a dedication ceremony after everything gets established, maybe in October, November, where you can come in and we'll have the ceremonious things. Tonight is your night to see, feel, and touch the building. It is not a parent conference night. This isn't for teachers to talk about grades or stuff. Tonight is to see the facility. Okay. Let me introduce Sarah Fowler from the State Board of Education. I'm sorry, I didn't really think.
I was enjoying taking pictures. I forgot all about getting introduced.
I probably should know who the State Board members are.
I just want to say congratulations, Madison, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight.
All right, at this time, I got to do this because it's so important. I got to thank all the administrators. You know who they are. Anybody in a blue shirt, thank you. These people went through unbelievable stuff of moving classes, equipment, facilities, schedules, everything. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have the best administrative team in the country. All of our teachers did not have to come in. They've been in here for the last 2 weeks. I'm telling you, moving boxes, unpacking boxes, packing boxes at the end of last year, getting curricular things ready. Unbelievable amount of effort. 99.9% of our teachers are here. Some teachers were on family vacations, so they didn't get back yet, but they'll be in here tomorrow. All of our classified staff, our Board of Education, thank you. It all starts with you. You support me, we can support them. Thank you very much from all of you. All the contractors that worked on the building. Our architectural firm, Osowski Hammond, our construction management team, Hammond Construction, and most of all, our Ohio School Facilities Commission. The partner who represented them was Dennis Kaplan. Dennis Kaplan did more to help this project move forward than any man I've ever seen, other than maybe Rex Wright. But Dennis Kaplan was a saint, worked with us, and did a great job. And last but not least, my wife and family, because they put up with it. But, as I said, let me get everybody up here with the scissors. And tonight, this is what it's about. And we're going to do it on three. I'm going to put the mic in my pocket. And on three, we will cut. And then it's your time to see your buildings. 1, 2,